Hello, good morning, happy Monday. I have a Zilby here today, so I figured wait a few more minutes before we really get started. Esitsu, hello. Are you trying to get your tail? You're trying to get your tail. You're gonna okay. You're gonna fall. Esitsu, how's your weekend? What are you doing today? It's okay, Zilby. It's just a heater. It'll make you feel warmer. Okay, you never like this. So okay, managed to break a Kubernetes cluster at the end of Friday, but otherwise good. I mean, end of Friday is the perfect time to break anything in production, right? I mean, I assume it's in production, right? Because otherwise, can we really call it broken? It's what, man, I hate doing things on Fridays, and then it's like, oh no, it's broken now. Yes, these are morning supplements, Sylvie. They're not yours. And that's the microphone. He's just too low for the main camera to catch him. Right before you were meant to go home. Oh, that's the worst. That is the absolute worst. Well, hopefully your weekend wasn't ruined for it. It only took about 45 minutes to get it figured out. It's not too bad. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's not okay. Hold on, Zilby. Zilby found something. I need to go make sure it's not bad. Zilby found a dead spider and knocked it to the ground, and then was playing with it. I didn't want him to eat it. You want to hang out down there? Okay. All right. So over the weekend, I've been playing a little bit with Helix. I did some more configuration options to it. Brought it over to this profile too. I redid my Zellage layout, just sort of experimenting with a single layout for all the things. And then also I discovered Playwright, the UI here, has a dark mode. So this doesn't even blind your eyes anymore. You can have it in dark mode here. Unless I knew that beforehand and I just forgot it. But anyways, Zilby, no meowing. We got rid of the spider so that you don't have to eat it. Not, it's not for you. Okay. It was an. I don't think it was. I think it was normally in not dark mode, and now it's in dark mode. So this button right here, I had missed it before, but it's a nice touch to have a dark mode. Okay, so we're in the middle here. It took me an unfortunate amount of time. Um, to do. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Am I in the wrong branch? Let's see. So I'm in the create course branch. That should be the right branch. I feel like it's the wrong stuff. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to rebuild. Oh, you're still running. That's not takes a while. Um oh, this is it. It's we got an error in here. Method not found in YCL, text area. Okay. So you're yelling at me because YCL module select. Could not find select in modules. This is in create course. So let's go find create course. So one of the big changes, I switched themes. If we head over here, Helix for what is it? We're now Adwaita Dark. I preferred to do something else because the type hints in here, which there he goes. They were pretty much exactly the same color as like the variable names before, and that was a little bit too much for me. So with this one, they're this dark gray, which is for me much nicer to look at. Hopefully, you can still see them. All right, so we're in here. You aren't aware of any problems. So what have I got? Unresolved import YCL module select. So I'm in the select branch for YCL, so that's good. Do I need to build it again? I could build it. They have 3 open RPs to fix the colors in dark mode. Nice. That is nice. Also, hello Stacking. How are you doing today? All right, let's see if that works here. Well, it certainly makes you more aware of the problems. Okay. Unresolved imports here. Gonna find select in modules. If we come here, if I full screen you, run Helix, we should find select. Yeah, here's module select. So you do exist. So there. Okay, so module select. Couldn't find it. I find that this happens every once in a while where it's like I can't find it. It's like it's there. Don't worry. It's there. Do I need to recompile again? Mine? Not really. Okay, you can't find select in here. But if we come down to this, this is the YCL that we have. Okay, so I have been in dark mode for 9 days. I didn't have a dark mode in my other profile. That's what it was. Okay. It was not in dark mode in my other profile. And so I was like, huh, have I not had it in dark mode for a long time? So I guess over the weekend, I got gaslit by Playwright. That's a thing. Also, hello, Bolferstad. How are you doing today? Let's see. So you clearly exist right here. You okay? Uh, Cargo.toml. Yeah, okay. Cargo.toml is looking for YCL in the path here, which is fine. Oh, we could try LSP restart. Maybe that will help. You're waiting for your professor to release the lab assignment so you can get started with work. I've always hated that when it was like, okay, you could do more, but we gotta wait. You have to let everybody else catch up. There it goes. Okay, now you're happy. So okay, and you're successfully compiling. So excellent. Let's run this again. You're noticing Helix is a little slow with LSP. It's almost VS Code speed. Yeah. What did I do with it? I did something with it. It might have been the inlay. Oh, you know what? It's the inlay hints. I think that's the only thing we're doing that could possibly like tell it to be slower. I I don't need this. I think it's the inlay hints. This is the only thing. Like it was really fast until the other one. Now the other thing is that once it starts up, it's faster. That's what it feels like. So I was coding around with it this weekend. It feels faster than VS Code. Once it's going, it feels just as slow on boot up with less feedback, which is not great. Okay, so you're passing tests. This is now what our form looks like. We have to I have to send the request out now. So I have to like build the thing and do the thing. Are inline hints like in Visual Studio where they display the data type of the variables? Yeah, let's take a look at this. So if we come down here, you can see, okay, we have this auth store. Its type is RC auth store, navigator type navigator. We can see all these types here. I think that's what like telling it to figure out how to do that seems to be slowing it down a bit. Yeah, it is nice, but as Stacking mentioned, it's kind of slowing it down, at least on launch too. Let's see how it is on not like just once it's launched, once it's going. I also noticed that in NeoVim I didn't need to restart the LSP very often. With here we've already had a restart. So I wonder if it is the inline hints. Like if that's the case, then Helix is a lot closer to VS Code than it is to Vim just because of that. Or at least like the sort of part. Okay, so what do I want to do? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? Oh right, we want to we want to on um on submit. We're trying to get all the things out from here and display them, and then I noticed. You notice that I filled out the title and it's empty now. You like it also, which is the reason why you switch to Helix until NeoVim stops ignoring all the PR to add to it. I'm liking the fact that we now have three good, and if not more, good options for CLI editors. Um, so Vim, NeoVim. There's some of the other Vims out there too. So like Atomic Vim or something. I haven't looked into that. And then finally Helix. Let's see, what am I doing? I'm going over here. Log in. Error loading all the tags. Ooh, that's not. Well, you know why? Because this thing is still running. It's still trying to set up Hasura, which is not great. Okay, let's try this again. All right, we'll let that go. Let's see. Helix also keeps ignoring people begging them to add plugin support, so I don't think they'll much of a feature if they don't add plugin support. That's very true too. Although I did see them start using the word yet in some of their responses. So somebody had asked if they could integrate a side file explorer, and one person said like, "Hey, why can't this be an extension or a plugin?" And somebody said, "We don't have plugin support yet." So that's a good sign that they're now like changing their mind about that and thinking about it. Of course, they need to actually get to it eventually. They can't just always promise it. All right, so um, you're all there. That's gonna be fine. So let's. Oh yeah, the tag will be empty. Long description. Do something like that. Short description. Something short. You know what would be good in order to submit? Submit button. So what do I want? I want this to probably be just a button. So far, I've been decently lucky that most of the time the hints aren't in the way of the code that I'm writing. That was happening a lot in NeoVim, where it was just like popping up the pop-ups over my code, which is like not necessarily. Like, sometimes I just want to use this for like reference. Okay, so PP button. I can do a button. Oh, I need to go like this. Let's create course. sometimes it can't, like, did you notice that? It didn't find the BB button type when I did BBB, which is weird too. That's a little bit unfortunate. Um, the LSP in New Vim is much better for that. Okay, and I don't know what the keyboard command is for show me the options. Like I can't do Control E here, obviously. So I don't know what it is. Like I can do two letters and that starts showing it off. If I do colon colon, it doesn't automatically show what this is, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we both noticed that at the same time. Nice. Oh, one thing you did point out they need to work on, suggestions are kind of all over the place and sometimes don't give you the ones you want until they write pretty much all out. Yeah, true. That is exactly. Okay, I think this was submit. Yeah, it figured it out eventually. I figured out how to send commands into with control into the child app. So like if I want to send something with like control, like I mapped control S to save, I have to first control G and lock Zellige, and then I can do control S, and that saves here. All right, what are you upset about? You are now back to saying you can't find the select. No. Okay. This happened to me the other day too, which is it's really weird, not that great. Like if I get rid of this. So if I word and then change, it literally sees the select there. So it's almost as if it's not paying attention to the LSP, or like it's almost like two different implementations, like one for finding out what the errors are, another for something else. But like when I'm oh, I'm trying to do alt right and I can't because I have to unlock it. This is successfully compiling down here, which, oh yeah, you can see that. Okay, so it's like it's kind of annoying. All right, name. No field name on types text area. Ooh, do I have to update that? So here's my YCL text area. Oh, there's a name here. There is absolutely a name here and it's being used. Oh, don't forget every Monday you have to update the LSP through Brew. The one thing you loved about Mason, it handled the updates for you now. Now you're back to handling it like every other package. Aw. I should probably set, because it's homebrew for the other one. I should probably like on, well, does it update before now or is it update after now? Maybe I should like Monday afternoons just do have a task to run brew update. But yeah, that's too bad. Okay, we totally have a name here. All right, so restart you again. It updates super early morning for us. They must be European and pushing the update. Um, okay, okay. That makes sense then. We can try it. I'm in the wrong account. Let's try that. Okay, so you're back to working again and happy. All right, so that that is not. I don't. What happened? Why are you so upset? Like tech things aren't working for me today. That's not. It's waiting for. Oh, Dev API. I don't even think I need the Dev API. Hold on, let's. Where am I? Oh, that's weird. Zealot dropped me into the database folder, but it wasn't looking at the right thing. That's weird. Let's try this again. Maybe I must have not been in the right folder. Okay, so that's going. We have a submit button now, I think. Oh, create course. That's not great. So if we go look under YCL, okay, so let's go find button. Now, something I did notice that's pretty nice. If I do, I want to look at these button styles, which is a BB button style. So if I open up symbol picker, you can do BB button style, and that takes me there. So that's really nice. So I can do primary light. This is a different helix, so I don't think I can copy and paste between them. That would be nice though. Okay, I think it was button style. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we have a nice button here. So if I fill out, so title, this would be like introduction to you, tag, you are not. Oh, you are working. Okay, so this is now working. So let's here. Introduction to you. You. I mean, that's not great. Am I getting an error? Okay, where's my thing? Why am I not seeing something to like reduce this down? It's like the full size. Okay, fine. Go to the right. There it goes. Okay, so oh wait, no, that's the entire thing. There it goes. Okay. So let's go bottom again. Nothing there, but selecting that isn't working. Okay, what did I okay, so for a select, oh, that's annoying. You're back. I wonder, okay, so let's come back here, put up Helix again, go into create course. Maybe that will help. Okay, so the select tag here is losing information, or rather, it's like not setting it. Well, it's like it's not setting its value. So here I have this select. We have the form select. Oh, I have a label. Okay, so I'm doing all these things. We have a name for it. Did the name kill it? I can't imagine. So I have an option. Oh, I wonder if this, because it doesn't have a value. So value equals nothing. Oh, async job failed. Request 7 timed out. Is there logs for Helix to look at to see like what that is? That'd be nice. Also, do I need to run trunk serve? I think I need to run trunk serve for it to like be finding this. That's let me, I'll do this to the right of LMS run. So it's not like it was super helpful for us elsewhere. Okay, so you're listening, you're constantly updating now when we hit save. So then let's try this. Oh, we need to recompile over here. Oh, but no, I need to do that. And you're successful. So LSP, you don't realize that it's actually successfully compiling. You think that it's failing, but it's not. That's really cool. Okay, so all right, that was it. I needed a value on that. Interesting. Okay, so long description. Yew is a great front end framework using Rust. Learn Yew. All right, so when I hit create course, all right, so I have title, introduction to Yew, tag is Yew, long description is that, short description, oh, wait. Oh, I need to fix short description. So for the inputs, based on like that thing that we had to change, we have to do this. We have to We have to do this thing. Okay, we have short description. Is that then? Let short description change. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to set the short description to be what this is. So short description set event. And this will be an onChange equals short description onChange. Twisted Seed, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah, okay, now it stays. So why can't I'm trying to select it with my mouse and keep are you whoa. What's going on here? Why okay, tag, I select you, click off, and you're fine now? That's weird. I'm doing good. It is a little bit confusing about this uh like this select. Sylvia, are you looking for spiders again? Sylvia's technically back. What's up? Wanna come over here? Hi. Hi. Or you can go into the closet behind me. Okay. Can you expect the HTML as you select? Absolutely. We can do that. Let's restart. Okay, so here's our select. Oh, it's selected is selected. Oh, and I have those two values in here. I should delete that from the database. So let's delete this one. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so we now only have one with the same value. I should go back to. So I was having a lot of trouble with Playwright, and so I started setting the value to just like the name of it. But I think what I really want to do is set the value to be the ID, which is going to be down. Where is that? Oh, it's going to be right here. So here's our select. We mapping through here. Value is tagged that name.clone. I want to change that into ID. Did that not work? We have an error. Okay, what's going on? Oh, it's an I64, and the value needs to be an is an attribute value, and so therefore, okay, it needs to be a string, and it's going to be all a string anyways. So that's a thing. So we need to string, and then we can into it, which is not necessarily great. Okay, so you're back to working again. Okay, here we go. We have value is nothing, and then 1 through 10. I wonder if for this value I should set it to be something like -1 or like false or something like that. We have selected, so I have an empty one here. Selected is selected. I don't want that. I want that to be selected is true. Okay, never mind. That's as close as I can get. So then if I choose the tag, choose you, I click away and you're fine. Oh, when I tab into it, it goes away, and I can't search for it with my keyboard. I can down arrow it. Ooh. Oh, weird. So when it has you think you're Rust right now. When I'm selected onto it, it has that. Okay, so there's I want to using console temp 0 dot value is 5, which I believe is Rust then. Oh, so you know you have the value. Is that CSS focus styling? Oh, weird. It's I can't cause it to go away when I okay, so I expect that maybe that will help. Let's see. If I literally click down here to change anything, that goes away and it's fine. I kind of want to try getting rid of this option. So let's delete that. Oh, that won't actually cause everything else to sort of realize that it's okay. Okay, so if I click on you, oh, look at that. Now it's okay. So let's say we select Python 3. Oh, if I go to it, yeah, that must be some. I must have done something with CSS. Selection. Let's turn you off, and you all off. No, okay, so I'm not overwriting it. How did I do this? Okay, let's continue on. So if I get rid of all right, what was it? It was Control C for comment. Okay, let's have an option value equals thing. Okay, so let's have this be the only thing that we have here. Oh, what's going on with you? Why are you so upset? It wasn't compiling. Okay, let's try this again. So I have this one thing, it only has a thing. When I tab into it, it's going away. Okay, I need to take a look at Bootstrap. Let's use the same browser. Bootstrap. In examples, where do you have any forms? Here's a form. Do you have a drop? Okay, so here's a. Oh yeah, look at that. That doesn't cause any weird problems. Okay, so what am I doing differently? So class form label for country. Oh, I think I'm not having a form label on the label. So class form dash label. Yeah, I don't have a class on here. Okay, let's see if that works. Nope, not yet. We have a select with an ID, a class form select, and required is not required. So we have a class, form select, an ID, a name, data test ID. Oh, what does that ID look like? ID is okay, normal looking. Class is normal. Name is tag. Did test ID is select. Okay. That should be okay too. I'm not doing anything with values here. I wonder if I need to be. Hmm. We have an option value choose. Okay, and that literally has an empty value there. Okay, so that makes sense. An option that. All right. How did I get Zilby hair in my mouth? Oh, and that's it. Okay. And it's probably the same thing for state here, right? Yeah. And if I tab in and out, so this is the same browser. So I must be doing something. I think you must be right. It's either going to be CSS that I'm doing it on or something else. Let's see. What other CSS rules can we like turn off? I can turn off everything. Ooh, okay. Form select. Oh no. Oh, I totally see it now. All right, hold on, everybody's eyes. I'm gonna turn off dark reader just for a second. Yep, that's it. Dark reader is changing the text. So when it's selected, it's changing the text to be extremely dark. Oh, you know what it is? It's is it Utah? It's Bootstrap is changing, is like setting the font to be very dark. Of course, Dark Reader isn't noticing that, so it's not changing it back again. So instead, it just stays dark. Of course, it's Dark Reader. You don't realize you can't see the icon on a chat. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, well that's fun. Dark Reader. Dark Reader is a thing. Well, then it's not broken. It's not broken. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Let's not worry about it. Let's put everything back. Oh, Dark Reader. All right. So, can I select all these three things and oh, I can. Okay, so then turn you off. Save you. Oh, your value is going to change to be that. Let's just choose, like, say, choose tag. Okay, so we have introduction to you. I don't use dark reader on my other profiles, so I don't notice these things like when I'm working on them off stream. All right, so I can now see very lightly you is selected. Okay, so that's fine. You is great. You. Create course. All right, great. I can hit enter there, and I can hit enter there. That's fine. So we get you, one, you is great, you. If I change you to be like this, that's 7. Okay, good. All right. So I have that. Then next up I want to do is I want to do the create tag, which means sure, yeah. Absolutely, Bolferstead. If it's like super bad and you don't want to do it publicly, then you can also send it to me in a private whisper or on Discord too. Let's see, what was I doing? Something you notice in academia is that sorely lacking in people with actual programming experience. You've lost count of the amount of times you've had to work with a code base that's absolutely horrendous in design, functions that say they do one thing but seem to be doing a whole bunch of things, single letter variable names for everything, stray redundant comments that are unnecessary. The people who write it are often really knowledgeable, but not very great at implementing it in code. Yeah, I've seen that before. Sometimes it's the the contrived part of coming up with examples. Like, hey, this is like, I know this is not real, so therefore I don't need to use real programming practices. But I do remember it's really tough to get like students of the first times to like pay attention and actually care about this, because it feels like it's not right to do. Like it doesn't matter. Like look, just indentation itself doesn't really matter. Like I'm annoyed the fact that I have to manually indent everything inside of here, but I do it anyways because this is really important. So yeah, no, that's an absolutely valid complaint. I know. I was wondering if it was gonna be that too. Or maybe the last song I think had some audio, but it was low enough that I couldn't. It didn't really bother me, so I let it go. Um, yes, I fully agree with you. I fully like that's a big thing, and there's not really great. I'm looking at my books. I don't think any of my teaching books really talk about programming type stuff specifically. Uh, might want to look through Teach Like a Champion again to see if it has anything good about like real life examples. Thank you both for dad. I'm it's something. So like when I was teaching at a code school, we I this happened like there's a reason I can't teach at a code school. Like me and a few others that I worked with, we'll just get fired over time because we ignore the like corporate, like, okay, here's how you're gonna teach, like here's how you know, like they tell us how to do stuff. We ignore them and then just like create better instructional design, and like we'll create all of our own stuff, and it's great. It works really well. The students learn a lot. um for those of you who are, I know that there's some previous students that I had that watch every once in a while. You could probably verify, like, we're strict on stuff. Like we kicked back assignments and it's like, hey, you didn't indent this, go back and redo it, re-indent it. Oh, you said you were going to do semicolons and you're doing some semicolons and some not semicolons. Go back and redo that. Like so many times we would like force that and like really make it important, like really hit. Uh and like actually like not allow you to progress in the course until you're like getting that. That's not something that most colleges, most schools, most code schools, most anybody really enforces, except jobs. Jobs will enforce that because people in those know how bad it can get without it. You're irrationally mad at this code base using CRLF line endings. I am using whatever Mac slash Unix uses for default. And it doesn't bother me too much right now. But yeah, I've seen that in Windows. It's like, oh, I'm not used to that. It's bad. But that's usually not the case. Asdelin, hello. You found sometimes clever code can be annoying to work with. Oh my god, there was a discussion on New Denver Devs the other day about Python, and how for the longest time it's super fascinating. Python won over, what was it? It was Perl. Python won over Perl because there was like this Perl community loved code golf, like loved writing things that were completely unreadable. Basically, the language, if you looked at like anything written in Perl, it looked like it was just a regular expression. Like every line was looked that complex. It was horrible. And so Python won because they're like, hey, come to us. We're readable. We enforce style. Like we're really good. And now if you look at a lot of modern Python, there's a lot of code golf in modern Python, in production Python. It's not that great. Not that great. So it's like I may say that like a lot of companies and teams will like, okay, have good programming practices, but in the end, it's more of a few of us force our teams to have good programming practices and the rest don't. You can definitely see why consulting can pay so well. Consulting can be great. Consultants can be great and they can be not great. It's so unknown what you're gonna get. You have to really like keep on top of them. You get irrationally mad at code bases that don't conform to the official style guides. It's nice to have a language that has a style set up in it, like Rust. In web, I often just use prettier and just say, hey, we're using prettier. I'm okay with my team like choosing, you want to use semicolons, you don't want to use semicolons, doesn't matter. Be consistent. We're going to enforce style in CI/CD. Like you literally cannot push unless like you're gonna get an error unless like it passes the style guides. And consistency is the important thing here. Here's a quote I heard a long time ago regarding clever code. I heard someone say that C++ is evil because cleverness is evil. C++ tries to be clever and in turn makes idiots also think that they're clever when they're in fact being stupid. People feel proud when they're using features like operator overloading, even when they're just being idiots. I know exactly who that is because I have heard that quote before. That is Linus Torvalds. That was a long time ago too. That was a quote. If I remember correctly, that was a quote about responding to why he won't allow C++ in the Linux kernel. The thing is, we may like talk about like, oh, Rust is great, Rust is all that stuff. Eventually, like if things get popular enough, you get the code golfers. They come in and they start like adding things in there, and we'll have the exact same problem. So it's a culture problem. This is not like a tech problem that we can solve that way. We have to solve it in culture. That's in many cases harder. You had a rant at the developers of this code over Teams, with the director of the company on the other end, not one consistently formatted line of code. Oh, that is fun. I don't think you've said that specific quote here before, but it's a good quote. I like it. I like it for like the general idea of it. I don't like it because I also don't like it because it's like it's attacking people and not the problem, which then puts people into defensive mode. So nobody changes, which that's like not great either. You're starting to feel like a boomer because you dislike it when people come around with a bunch of new languages. I've got my C. Why should I need anything else? Type of mentality. Yeah, I we want a lot of languages that are good because that fosters competition. And then they steal from each other. Look at JavaScript. For so much time, it didn't change at all. Or when it changed, it was really like, yeah, it was a big change, but yeah, it was like not really like making that many leaps and bounds. And now JavaScript is like stealing every good thing from every other language that it can and updating really fast. Python's updating really fast too. We're starting to see a lot of C++ updates all the time. I think this is good. We're moving forward. We're moving forward fast, and I think that's good. You feel that with modern front end frameworks? I here's the way to ignore it is just be confident in programming, so that way when you're asked to work with a new front end framework that you've never touched before, whatever, I'll just use it, it'll be fine. Like, get good at, like, if you want to learn a Rust front end framework, sure, learn a Rust front end framework. But here's the thing: if you know Rust and you know React, I don't think it would be that difficult for you to be able to jump into a project that's using Yew, for example. And I bet it's going to be the same for a lot of the other front end frameworks too. Like, if you know those front end frameworks, it's not going to take you that long to get into it and start being able to use it. So just learn one. And then the rest of it is focus your effort and time on getting good at learning and improving. And that will be enough. You saw a TikTok today of somebody talking about a slow loading images on a website. His solution, instead of improving the servers and hosting, was to introduce yet another React library that does a linear gradient of the image, which is to be used as a placeholder while the actual image loads. I mean, I could see both sides. Like, these days, unfortunately, we have to sometimes spend really, 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 really like large images. So that slow images due to network issues, so I don't see why his solution was to give the user even more to download in the form of another React package. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use a React package, but there's a really cool pattern called skeleton pattern, I think. And so imagine this. I don't have it on mine. This is certainly not an MVP thing to do. You are seeing a lot of really big companies that are doing this a lot recently, though. Imagine I load this up, and before I get like any data, so maybe this one is not correct. Let's go to tags here. So I know that I have some tags here. So it loads up a table and it puts in a line here, not with any text, but with just like not an image necessarily, but just a little box like this for each of them down. That could be done in CSS and really fast. You don't need like a big like interpolation with a library or something else like that. Nobody needs to see the like coming in as a different something else. Just show like a skeleton of what it's going to look like. The shape of it. That seems to be a common mentality among front-end developers whenever a website is slow, assuming any modern broadband network is almost always from bad programming. Instead of fixing the code, developers seem to opt for throwing more code at it to fix it instead. Yeah, it's true. Although you have to know the audience. Like in some cases, your users do have good internet. Like right now, I can be 100% confident that my users have internet good enough for streaming video. So they're like, I can make those assumptions because you're all watching YouTube videos and streams. So I know there's that is a thing. And also most of you are not going to try to learn on a phone. So I don't have to like design for a phone either. Now maybe that will change eventually and I have to worry about it, but knowing our audience is important too. Library overuse is something you very much dislike. Like most of the times, yes, it can be simpler to create your own widget. Yeah, this is also something that's I think that Rust people don't realize the wave that's coming. It's a tsunami. We're gonna get lib overuse in Rust, and people don't realize that like this is following with every other major framework that we've seen, or I guess major language like npm. Same problem. It's gonna happen here. We're gonna get to it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like context of Twitch as an overall platform is painfully slow, especially in the context of how much it has to load in for the starting page. Yeah. All right. By it's 8:15, so let's figure out what last things to do. We spent some times chatting today, which is fine. I'm all up for chatting. I want to do something though. So we verified that it's working. I created a button today. That's what we did. We created a button. Oh, we are logging out these things when it happens. Always nice to have slightly heated tech conversations. I don't even know if I would call this heated. These are like hot takes of people that all agree with them. So it's like they're takes. They're not even hot. Maybe lukewarm. Okay, so I have access to this stuff. Um I really wish that they got that file explorer in here. So if I look in the API tags, oh, it's not API tags, it's API courses. We need to create a course. So pub async function create course. We're gonna need to take in all the things we need for courses here. We're gonna need to return a result. I'll probably just return the result of what we got here. So this will be a, do I even have, okay, hold on. Database. Oh yeah, okay. So I need to create, okay. So I need to create a new course in here, which means that we also need to verify in this. Can I create a course? So if I go to LMS courses, permissions, and author, everybody can select a course. Okay, so I need to update so an author can insert a course. That's what we need to do next time is set this up so an author can insert a course, and then we can build out what the create course will look like here. Make sure we can do it with the bearer token, and then move that back into the code and create the course. Do all that stuff. All right. What's the difference between public and public? The difference is I, at one point in time, accidentally wrote public, and now I'm not sure how to get rid of it. That's unfortunate. I I don't think that public was in here to begin with. I think I accidentally created a public with a capital P, and then I started using public with a lowercase p, and I tried to like remove it, but I don't see a way to delete the permissions for this. So it just exists, unfortunately. So that's a thing. That's fun. Amazing. Love it. Yeah. People do forget that even though React is not the best today, it did change how everybody thought about interactivity. I mean, Angular started the journey, and then React just sort of came in and said, "Hey, Angular, we can do it even better," and that was great. There's a big difference between good front end designer and a bad front end designer. Yes, the I like to use game terminology for web development. Web development is easy to get into, like easy to program and code, is hard to master. Like it has a high skill ceiling, and it, public is public, public is private. Oh, that's great. Well, I've set it here so in case I accidentally use public or the other one, at least they have the same, which I can control with scripts, so it's fine. And then I need to set this up with a script so the author doesn't insert. But all right. Talking about slow, I just tried to load up the front page of Twitch and it completely failed to load for me. That's nice. Oh, Kuvaman's doing a Bevy Jam. Bevy is a game framework in Rust. That's always fun. Let's do a raid to Kuvi. Let's see, where's my raid to Kuvi? Start the raid. I hate now in Twitch that if I click away, it pauses the ad. So I have to really watch it. That sucks. All right, I'm through there. Okay. So, using Rapier. We used Rapier one time. Rapier's fun. All right. So, anyways, thank you for hanging out with me today. Sorry we didn't get quite as much done as we normally get, but I think the discussions were also pretty good. I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to continue working on this. We'll probably get to creating the courses through GraphQL, and it'll be great. So with that, I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.